Hello, today I'll teach you guys how to learn binary and how to read it, how to write it. So what we want to do here, I made this myself. It's a general guide to remembering it. There's the essentials because there's way more things in a chart. But it's based on decimals, calculations, so you have to focus on memory to find the decimals for what it is assigned to, so then you can addition it. So yeah, it's a memories game and a calculations game, so you just have to practice that. Can take a few hours or maybe a day or two, but it's quick to remember. As just four numbers, I'm sure some of you know how to remember phone numbers easily. It's as easy as that. So starting here, we have, okay, I'm gonna use this. As you can see, we have, holy macaroni. These are all the things they're assigned to: space bars, commas, etc., etc., etc. And this is the ultimate thing here. See, there's six numbers: 32, 44, 46, 48, 65, and 97 that are big here. And you want to remember those and what they're assigned to, because what we're going to do later is going to have perfect sense when we do that. So let's go to the next step. Autodesk Sketchbook. That's a really nice application, by the way. As you all know, it's made of O's and ones, binary, and it's 8 digits. Some programs let you skip the first O because normally there's not a lot of coding when binary that has a 1 in the front. But generally, I suggest you always include the 0. So what you want to do for practicing is you make a grid, very simple grid. Try to make it as neat as possible. I'm probably a hypocrite right now. Yeah, divide it in 8. And what we're going to do is from the right to the left, we're going to double numbers starting from 1. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and 128. See, it's always 0 because most numbers that we're going to use don't even include 128 or higher. So it's always going to be 0 because that's what we're going to do. So here's how we go. So if we go back to the numbers here and what they do, we'll think, let's say I want to say hello to someone. So I have to obviously start with an H. And based on how people do it normally, we're going to start with a capital H. Capitals is what again? It's 65 and up. That's the capital letters. After that, the lowercase letters are going to be 97 and up. So if we consider the fact that 65 is a capital, then when we want to figure out which one is H, we have to not include 65 when we're counting. Like counting upwards to find which letter it is. So what that means, I'll show you exactly, is we want to find H, and I'm going to count in, I'm going to say the letters in French, because honestly I have trouble saying the alphabet in English, because I'm mainly French. So, here we go. B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So yeah, as you can see, I counted starting from B. And if I count how many bars I did, or how many times I had to count, it is 4, 5, 6, oh shit, it's 7 times. 7 times, there you go. So then we have to add 65 plus 7, and it's good to practice that in your mind, but I'm showing it here for demonstration purposes. But yeah, which equals 72. Now 72, if we go here, starting here, is not bigger than 128, so we're going to put 0. See, the reason why I just want to know is because is it yes or no? That's pretty much. So, actually, that's not the fundamental reason why there's computers that have ones and zeros, but that's another story. 72, yes, it's bigger than 68, so we're going to put a 1. And then you'd be like, well, yeah, well, everything else is smaller than 72, so why shouldn't we just put 1s here? But no, what we have to do is subtract after that. So our original thing that we said it was 72, that's what we had here. Holy mac. That's what we have here. So, and then we do minus 64, and that will equal to 8. So then your new number is 8. If you're able to hold that in, good luck. I mean, congrats. I'm able to do that, but I'm just showing you here. So, yeah. So no, the new number is not bigger than 32, nor is it bigger than 16. I mean, if it's exactly that number, yes, put a 1, 2. It works. And then that leads you to 0, because 8 minus 8 equals 0. So then, no, it's not bigger than that. No, and nope. And that is your number for capital H. Simple. So yeah, all you have to remember are the essential numbers, and then you're done. So let's try something else. I'll show you another example. Here you go. Now we want the lowercase e. Now we want the now we want the lowercase e. So what we're gonna do is think, what is the numbers for the lowercase letters? They start at 97. So yeah, and 97 being a lowercase. So what we're gonna do is exclude that when we count upwards for the letters. So B, C, D, E, which is 4. 97 plus 4 equals 101. LOL. Okay, so yeah, and then I'm gonna show exactly how I do it from scratch. Well, upwards here. So you just need to think of the numbers. You don't really need to do a grid. That was just for precise, for practice. So anyways, now that we have 101, we just think, well, is this bigger than 128? No, it's not. Is it bigger than 64? Yes, it is. But then you have to think at the same time in your mind, 101 minus 64, what does that equal? That equals 37. I have a trick. Everything that's bigger than 100, what you do when we're in this situation over here is you just do, well, it's going to equal 36 plus whatever's over 100. That's not the right equation, forget about that, but you get the point. So if it's like 113 minus 64, all you have to do is 36 plus 13, which is 49, and you have your answer. So yeah, now 49 is, oh, okay, no, forget that, it's not 49. 37 is bigger than 32, so yes, and then 37 minus 32 equals 5. So no, the next one would be 16. So no, it's not bigger. No, it's not bigger than 8. Yes, it's bigger than 4, which was the next thing right here. So then 5 minus 4 equals 1. No, it's not bigger than 2, and yes, it's bigger than 1. You have your code for minimal e, lowercase e. So yeah, that's how you do the letters. The same principle for the periods and the commas and the forward slash. And all the other symbols, pretty much. That I'm just showing you the most basics if you want to make a sentence. Other things are hard to remember. There's a lot of things to remember. So, yeah. So we made an E. Now for L's, you just figure it out, and then you just put that same binary code of 8 digits twice, because it's 2 L's, obviously. How to make a period. How to make a period. So, remember, our numbers are 32, 44, 46, 48, and 65, and 97. Holy mac. This being the space bar, this being the comma, this being the period, and the forward slash, because that's 47 is forward slash. 48 being the numbers, capital letters, lowercase. This is all from memory. So, yeah. So then you want to do L. No, sorry, periods. Yeah, we're on periods right now. That's a joke. Anyways, commas. periods is 46. Periods is 46. So, yeah, now we have the number. We have the very simple number. Then we just write it in. No, it's not bigger than 128. No, it's not bigger than 64. Yes, it's bigger than 32. So 46 minus 32 equals 14. And then 2 minus 2 equals 0, so no, it's not 1. Which were all the numbers on the top here. Okay, so then there you go. You have your line of code for a period. Simple as that. And by the way, when you enter the codes, say they're 8 digits. I'm too lazy. Here you go. And then you have something else you want to add, some other letter. You don't need to get. You can have a space between, like a space bar, but you don't have to. But the thing is, for people who like to write it, they're gonna have trouble if you don't do that because it's hard. It's like, okay, imagine if those were like a few ones over here, you'd have trouble finding what is where. And when you want to change something, you don't know what is the word because you don't know what is the combination of 8. So yeah, it's like scripting with languages like Lua, C++, JavaScript, HTML. You always want to make it look neat so that you know what you're doing. Also adding commentaries and stuff like that to keep track of what you're doing. So yeah, so it's better to put space bars. It's easier to read. And usually there's not a lot of symbols. I don't even think there is one, but there might be. That includes the last 0. So some programs let you ignore that. So you just erase the zeros on the first 0 on the left side. But I recommend you don't, because generally people still include it because it's still part of the binary. So some applications do, some applications don't, but generally they always include that, so it's just optional to not leave it. It's not even guaranteed. So yeah, conclusion, always keep your 0 even though there's no point in adding it because it's always 0 for your benefit. So yeah, now I hope you all understand. I'll share the numbers in the description. I'll also share a chart because nothing better than charts for your guideline, but practice without it. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems being dependent over it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you and will guide you to looking more badass in class. Just scribbling down some binary coding beside your student buddies. Anyways, bye bye.